Well, good afternoon, guys. We are here just outside the Real Superstore in Milton, Ontario. Beautiful day. Ended up being a beautiful day. We've been here a little over a week, and it has been hot, like steamy hot. But it finally kind of broke last night. Humidity dipped down a bit, which was beautiful. But gosh, this morning it was smoky, like smoky out. You could smell it from the wildfires further west of here. Just went in for some supplies, and we are leaving southern Ontario here and heading north. So we're gonna go hop back on the 401 and brave that. I think we're gonna be going against traffic, which will be hopefully in our favor, and then turn it north. We are on our way. We're heading up towards Lake Superior, up to Sault Ste. Marie. So it's about a 700-kilometer drive. We're heading to just outside of Aurelia, Ontario tonight. Gonna go see some friends there, spend the night there with them, and then hit the road first thing in the morning and head on up to the Sault. So should be some good traveling. I think the weather's supposed to be good. Alma's here. She's ready to rock. Hey, buddy? Yeah. We are just cruising by the airport here, Pearson International Airport. Just saw a big plane coming in. That was kind of cool. And I think I'm getting a little spoiled here driving in Ontario. I mean, these roads, the potholes are almost non-existent, especially on these highways. You know, I'm not slagging Nova Scotia or anything, but there is considerably more potholes on the road in Nova Scotia. It's been nice, a little easier on the van here. When I was in there reorganizing from the bed building, I tried to get things a little quieter back there. I mean, nice for me and nice for you guys that are joining along here and watching. Hopefully we're not rattling away too bad. But we're gonna keep on keeping on here. Well, we're almost at our turnoff here for 400 north, and traffic is getting kind of thick. Hopefully it's not too bad going north. I don't have a great feeling about it, but right here is where we're talking about 22, if not 24 lanes of traffic. I think there's 11 heading east and 11 heading west. We're about to spin it north. I am Rob, and this is the Schneider route. Here, Alma having a nap on the front seat, and we are Hakenwee, and we're braving this Toronto traffic around 4:30 in the afternoon, looking to get out of Dodge here. Set our compass north, and yeah, maybe get some cooler weather and a little less traffic up this way. So we can hope. Anyway, I thought it was kind of fitting here, our two stops coming up here. We're on our way to Aurelia tonight, and then heading up to Lake Superior, and going to see a buddy of mine in Sault Ste. Marie. Aurelia is where Gordon Lightfoot was from. Great Canadian icon, a folk singer, songwriter, and wrote the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald," that is about a boat that went down in Lake Superior, the big lake they call Gutchagumi, so they say. And yeah, it is the 50-year anniversary. It happened in the fall, in November of 1975. Great tune. Made it through the town of Barrie. We're heading on to number 11, highway number 11 here. Man, that traffic was pretty slow moving, and it's just all volume. I remember being a 16, 17 years old, just getting our license and driving, and coming up. This is kind of Ontario cottage country up here, and we'd come up here, Friday night after school and head up to somebody's cottage or camp or something. And man, the traffic was just out of control. That back there was all pretty much a 2-lane highway, and it would be crazy. There was times coming through Barrie and then up through Aurelia here where you could, as a passenger, you could get out of the car and run over to the side of the road and pee, and then run back and get back into the car. I mean, that's how slow the traffic would move. I remember doing that several times. For some reason or not, just had to go to the bathroom a lot coming up here. Once you break the seal, A lot of great memories up in this area here of good times. I used to work up in Aurelia for about 6 years. Just worked at a little resort there, right on Lake Couchiching. Great, it was a great bunch of years spent. Great group of friends made up through there. My buddy Wilson and Amy here we're going to see. They were both co-workers there at that resort. So be a good. I saw Wilson last year when I was up here, but haven't seen Amy in quite a while. So should be a good visit this evening. And Aurelia is kind of behind us and over this way, and it is on the shores of Lake Couchiching. And just up here is what is known as the Narrows. Lake Couchiching means Lake of Many Winds. So we got Simcoe over on this side, and then we have Lake Couchiching over on this side. Beautiful lake. Yeah, my dog is ready to rock here. She's ready to get out and do some running around. Beautiful through this area back here. Just around the corner from my buddy's place. So I think I'm going to put the camera down for just a little bit here, see what the evening entails, and we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hey Alma, look at these guys over here. Alma's going to be interested in seeing this. Alright guys, we got Alma dog here curled up on the brand new bed. This is going to be night number 1 on this thing. She's looking comfortable. I'm going to get in there beside her. I'm getting comfortable. And we will see you in the morning. Morning all. What a dynamite sleep that was last night. Like game changer how nice that bed is. But yeah, got up this morning here. We are just down the road here. We are on Lake Simcoe, just down the road from my friend's place. We just walked down. There's a little provincial park a few doors down from where their place is. So we walked up here this morning. Beautiful place to come check things out. It's about 7:30, quarter to 8 in the morning. I'm going to head back over there, have a cup of coffee with those guys before they head out to work, and we continue our northern trek here up to Sault Ste. Marie. big shout out, thanks to Wilson and Amy for hosting us last night. It was a fantastic night. Great to catch up with those guys. Alma is tuckered out. They had a couple dogs, so Alma and those guys had a ball of a time. Lots of barking at nothing, but you know. But we are heading here towards the 400 North. We're going to hop back on 400 North up into eventually Sudbury. But really cool the way that these the landscape kind of changes as we start heading north from here. Gets a lot more rocky, a lot of lakes. So really cool. It's kind of as we're kind of getting into the Canadian Shield. Should be a beautiful drive. It's a great day. We got about 580 kilometers or so to go. So we're just going to sit back and enjoy the ride here. We are heading up here through the Muskokas, getting a little rockier through here, little pockets of lakes. We got Georgian Bay's just off to our left here. This used to be called Highway 69. It's gorgeous now. It used to be a little dicey. It was a 2-lane highway through all these rocks. It was really tight. I mean, there was accidents through here pretty often, but they've done a great job here over the last bunch of years, kind of blasting another highway out, making it 2 lanes going each way, and way safer, way faster, way smoother. We're on our way up towards Parry Sound. Just rolling through Sudbury here, hopping onto Highway 17 to St. Marie. Beautiful day. Van is running top shelf, and we are heading west. 298 kilometers to the south. And, you know, I'm not going to try to rush it, but we are on a little bit of a timetable here. I'm trying to get there for about 4:30, and it is exactly 1 o'clock right now. So we're making good time. Now we're cruising along here. Alma dog seems to be napping it out, as she does sometimes. You know, last night we were talking about you know, having the dog, living in the van with the dog, and how she does on road trips. And I mean, obviously she can't tell me, but I kind of get her vibe. And I think on these road trips and out kind of touring around, I think she really does like it. And one thing I do notice is that she sleeps well. You know, anybody out there that has a dog, I've always found when I traveled with Elma or with other dogs in the past, you know, you get into a hotel room or you go camping, I mean, they're excited to hit the road, but they usually are pretty restless for a night or two. And sometimes, especially if you're hopping around a bit, you know, they might not sleep well for days. Whereas the nice thing about this, having our home being in our vehicle, in our camper van here that we're traveling in currently, everywhere we stop and everywhere we go, her bed and her sniffs and smells and what she's comfortable with and what she's used to, it doesn't change. So it's great. We can pop out, you know, in a parking lot in a city or out in the middle of the woods, wherever. And when we come back to the van, she is at home, comfortable. Stayed at a few friends over this road trip here, and I always sleep in the van. We always sleep in the van. At my mom's place, we did sleep there, inside, but she's done that several times. So she's used to that, she's comfortable there. And funny, I leave her food in the van. So even at my mom's, I left her, you know, I had her some water set up at my mom's, but I left the food in the van and fed her breakfast and dinner every day, still back here. So I think, you know, I think she kind of feels safe in here, and it kind of doesn't matter where the actual van is. She's in her safe spot, in her little den back there, and I think she really likes it. And she is a great Schneider here, no doubt. Lots of road trips down, and lots more to go, eh, buddy? Oh man, is it ever a beautiful day out here? We just made a quick pit stop just outside of Espanola here. Get ourselves stretched out a bit here. I almost had to take a pee. Right after I was talking about her, she woke up and was raring to go, so she must have heard us. What do you got in there, buddy? Alma? Hey, hey. All right, Alma, come on. To get back on the road here. Good little pit stop. It was nice. Had a great conversation with a couple there. They were from, he was from Quebec and she was from New Brunswick. And they are on their way, all the way to Vancouver. They had a few months off work, so they were heading all the way west, which was great. They were just heading out. And they asked if I was from Newfoundland, which was funny. They were just guessing. But then, you know, we were standing by the van there, and obviously Nova Scotia plates. But good to hear. I mean, Newfoundland, I think, is on my hit list for probably summer travel and next year. That's where my dad's side of the family's from. I still do have some family there, and it's been a while. It's probably been 35 years, which is crazy, since I've been to Newfoundland. So definitely want to get out there. I've been in Nova Scotia now for 10 or 11 years and haven't even made it across to Newfoundland. So that is on the hit list for next year, for sure. And we are just entering into the town of Blind River. I was just rocking out here to some JJ Kale, which was had me had me getting down with my bad self in here. Just trying to find something to do on the road here. Just wondering if you're out there and you have a favorite band or style of music or song you like to listen to on the road. Let me know. If I don't have it on the rotation here, I will definitely check it out. But yeah, I'm just here cruising. And I mean, I love road trips. I love driving, love, you know, just letting the road kind of soothes the soul a little bit. Kind of helps your brain. For me, it helps my brain reset a bit and just chill out. And I mean, I think that's what I'm trying to do here on the channel is, you know, I do my van life and living in the city and hopefully be able to pass on a little bit of my experience to people out there that are maybe trying it or thinking about getting into it or checking it out. At least you have a little bit of a window inside of what I do on the day-to-day. But then, you know, I also love making these big road trips. And I mean, I'd love to be able to do it more often and, you know, maybe take it a little slower. But yeah, hopefully you get a sense of that here on the channel, which is Hey Can We. And I was just thinking about, you know, how I came up with that name or how that name came to be. And, you know, we're just kind of up on the top of Georgian Bay here, where Georgian Bay and Lake Huron, where Lake Superior kind of flows into them, is just kind of right where we're at or where we're going to be here very shortly. And I mean, I had an uncle. I have an uncle, and he used to take me camping back when I was a kid, and it was just so fun. He'd let me bring a buddy along. We'd go up to Collingwood. His buddy lived up on the hill and had quite a bit of property up there, so we'd go out there and camp out just kind of on the edge of the woods and think it was all, you know, we were doing some wild camping. But it was a lot of fun. And it was up there, you know, we used to go up once or twice a summer. And I remember one time we were out on a canoe out on Georgian Bay. It was getting a little rough, and I think I was nervous. And then finally we settled. We're heading towards shore, and he said to me, "You know what? I'm going to call you Hey Can We." He said, because everything out of your mouth is Hey Can We. Every time, you know, you turn around, you're saying, "Hey, can we do this? Hey, can we do that? Hey, can we go here?" And his little joke was that I should start a clothing company, an outdoor sporting kind of hiking gear company called Hey Can We. And I'll never forget that. I mean, that was a long time ago, and I remember that. I can remember that clearly. So that's kind of where the name came from. I love all these tiny North Ontario towns. All right. Just made a little pit stop for an iced coffee here in Blind River. And I must say, there's one thing I got to get better at. Ever since I've been on the road here for the last 2.5 weeks or so, I've barely made myself coffee. I do it at home all the time, or like back in Halifax when I'm working, but I've got away from it and I've been buying coffee. So a couple things, not so much food. I've been still doing my own food and stuff, but coffee in the morning, it's just, or even in the afternoon on the road, I've been, instead of stopping and making my own, I've been taking the easy way out. And you know what? I got some good coffee right now. So, but you know, I'll take a Timmy's iced coffee on a warm afternoon like this anytime. Sault Ste. Marie, 134. We're almost there. Just some beautiful driving up here towards North northern Ontario. I mean, from where we left here, down in the southern Ontario area, where we are now after about 6 or 7 hours of driving is only about halfway out of Ontario, not even halfway. Ontario, it is a huge province, and you go up around these lakes and you just kind of stick the shoreline all the way along, especially from here on in. You just kind of follow Lake Superior all the way out to Manitoba. It's a beautiful drive. And I remember the first time I did it, 19 years old, you know, was heading out west with some friends, moving out to the mountains there to do some skiing for a winter. And we left Milton, and it took us, I mean, we weren't in a hurry, obviously, but it took us 12 days to get out of Ontario. We didn't realize how long it was. So we drive for 3-4 hours a day, stop, set up camp. We had a little pop-up trailer we were pulling in a 1980 Chevy Malibu. Great. But yeah, it took us that long to get out of Ontario. It just blew our minds how big Ontario was. And it is. It's a beautiful spot. All kinds of different landscapes. The amount of lakes and forests and rivers is fantastic. So if you're ever, you know, thinking of making a road trip or thinking of you know, heading to the west from the east or the east from the west, and you know, maybe thinking of flying or thinking of driving through a different way, I mean, this drive along Highway 17 is beautiful. I've seen quite a few moose on this highway too. Beautiful drive if you ever get the chance, or thinking about doing it. It is worth the trip. Oh, and I just thought of a good one. Buddy here, back in Collingwood, when he moved from BC, him and his wife had a truck camper. So he had this big diesel Ford something or other with an old truck camper on it. He used to drive that all around. We'd park that in the parking lot of the ski hill and you know, do a bunch of laps on the hill. And then a bunch of us, I mean, there was sometimes 10 people in there. We'd all come down there, you know, after lunchtime, all crack a couple beers and just kind of kick back in the camper. It was wild. But he lent me that. My son was coming up to visit in Collingwood, and I wanted to take him on a road trip for, I think he was there for 4 or 5 days one time, and Dan lent us his camper for the week, and what a great time. I think that was another, you know, substantial amount of time for me at that time to be on the road with kind of vehicle living. So, and my son and I had a great camping slash yeah, we did some golfing and some sightseeing and yeah, just we had a great time, and it was all you know, this truck camper really helped that trip with my son be something special. So it was a ton of fun. So yeah, really am looking forward to the evening tonight. It's really nice through here. Some decent sized hills coming into Sault Ste. Marie. Still a little bit of a haze there from the smoke. I guess it was pretty bad up in this area for about the last week. I was talking to a woman at the coffee shop. She said it was pretty bad, but it was much better today. But I think that's still a little bit of haze you can see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but definitely noticeable. Let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, I don't know. The hills have like a bluish tinge to them. Oh, we got another couple police here. I tell you, I've seen about 4 people pulled over and multiple spot checks. We're hanging a la droite here, heading to the Sault. And we have made it. Good drive, solid day. I gotta get this GPS turned on, figure out exactly where we're going. And yeah, don't know if we're gonna make it up to the lake today. Might end up doing that tomorrow morning. So, not too sure. I'm gonna put the camera down for now, and we will catch up with you in a bit.